Victor Daniel, Handball Social. I'm here with Francisco Aponte, who's been playing handball for a number of years. Top A player. He plays. He's famous for playing left to two. Won many tournaments. And how long have you been playing, Francisco?
24 years now.
24 years. Wow, amazing. And how'd you start? Like, who started you off?
My mentors.
Like, who brought you on the court the first time?
I had a court right by my house on 187 Arthur Avenue in the Bronx. So every time I walk into school, I used to look at it, and one day I just decided to go in. And a couple of older guys, Barcelio Diaz and William Diaz, aka Bosco and Willie, they called me out. We played a game for coffees and Gatorade and Snappers back then. It was like Bosco only played for coffees. So anytime I won, I got a Snapper. And but Bosco is one of my mentors. He got me into playing. And Lefty Willie too, his brother. They're both brothers. And Freddie, one of the guys from Zerega, that Kathy and Freddie, that's his brother too. Those are his brothers.
The Freddie the Powerball guy?
Yeah, Freddie Diaz, William Diaz, and Barcelio Diaz.
How old were you back then?
I was 18 years old.
And they got you into it?
Yeah, I started late.
Yeah. And when did you start thinking, hey, I'm going to start playing in tournaments and, get my A card and play professionally?
I met a guy named Bucky. He was a handball player, like a street hustler, handball hustler.
What year, you remember?
I would say 1996.
Okay.
Between 95 and 96, I met Bucky.
Mm-hmm.
And he was playing me left to two, beating me every day. I gave him money every single day for at least 3 months. I couldn't believe that a man was beating me left to two.
How much older was he than you?
I'm not sure, but he's at least six years older than me, maybe.
Okay.
He was a grown man. He really had a family,
Yeah.
had a wife with some kids. I was 18, 19 maybe, and he was, I had no left. I always had a good right. I had no left, so he used to make it into a left-to-left game, and he would dominate.
Gotcha. That's how you got your left stronger?
Absolutely. So Bucky took me to where the money was at. I met Bucky, he started beating me, and then when I got good, a little bit good, he started taking me around to where the money games was at, which is Castle Hill, this park named Throop, Throop.
In the Bronx?
Over there by Allerton Avenue.
This is in the Bronx?
Yes, in the Bronx. And then there was a 102nd and 2nd Ave.
Okay.
In the El Barrio, in Lower Manhattan. Not in Upper Manhattan, I think it is.
Okay.
And he took me over there, and that's why I started seeing the money. And I decided to play for money in the parks. I was playing with him, so I was like a no-name guy. He's showing up to the park, taking me with him.
Doing doubles?
We're doing doubles, and he's just getting me into money games. At times, he didn't even have the money. We're getting into games, and like, yo, Cisco, let's play. I don't got no money. But we won a lot of games. We made a lot of money. So Bucky took me into the playing for money, competing scene, and I started meeting people that play in tournaments, and I started seeing, back then the tournaments were $10. You pay $10, you come out with $150 and a trophy if you win.
Not bad.
So Bucky's basically the one that got me around. There's somebody else, her name is Daisy Cruz. She's the first one to ever take me to Zerega.
Oh, wow. She
was a
plays too?
player. She was a paddle handball player. She was one of the top women's players back then. She took me to Zerega to face Rookie.
Wow.
My first time ever playing Rookie. I scored 13 points. And
13 points? How old was Rookie back then?
Rookie's right now, I'm 43, he's probably 46.
Okay.
So if I was 19, he was
wow.
22, 23.
And you got how many points on him?
13. I had a good right hand since day one. Like my right hand my left corner shot was always there. Footwork, eye hand coordination from volleyball. I used to play volleyball.
You used to play volleyball.
My spikes was always on point. My left was what they call now. My left was chicken. But eventually, playing against certain guys, I developed a stiff arm left.
Yeah.
Which is always consistent. So it was good enough to stay alive to be able to shift around and hit it with my right.
Yeah.
But Daisy took me to play Rookie, and that day, I got addicted. I wanted to beat this man.
Did you? Did you ever?
eventually.
It took a while.
The goal was to beat Rookie once.
Mm-hmm.
The day I beat him, instantly, I wanted to do it again. That was the addiction. I've been 24 years, and the victories come so far and apart. The man is a computer. No one can beat him 2 times in one day.
Even do you feel at this time in his life?
He's slowed down a bit. Father Time is undefeated. His legs don't look. But I saw him play Timbo the other day.
Yeah, I did too.
And although it looked like someone put up the money and he wasn't completely going all out.
Yeah.
His style is weird. Like his style fits against Timbo. For some reason, he hides the ball well enough, and he does certain things. His understanding of angles on the court in one wall, it's amazing.
Yeah, and his power behind those angles.
It's unlike anyone else. Like he doesn't have a 1, 2, 3, 4. He has a 1, 2, but his 1, 2 is so much stronger than everybody else. At least in my 2 eras of playing against him.
Yeah.
This 3rd era is Timbo.
Yeah.
So, just back then, if anyone has beat him 2 times in one day, maybe Power. This guy named Power.
Yeah, I heard of Power.
I think on Facebook it's King Cab, but maybe George, and then Buddy, of course, because the people that teached him, like Angel or Buddy, I'm not counting that. I'm talking about when Rookie was Rookie in his prime. Someone to beat him 2 times in one game, I don't remember.
Yeah,
it was tough.
Yeah,
I've seen him lose straight up to certain people, and call him out left to 2 right after that and beat them. He did it to a few people.
I've seen him play with a chair in his hand.
I heard about that.
He's on YouTube. Yeah. It's pretty. He's playing with the chair in his right hand, so he's playing left to 2 with a chair in hand.
I learned that game when I went to Castle Hill. Bucky took me to Castle Hill, and that's where the left to 2 thing. Everybody had a good left. No one was strong enough to play me straight up.
Wow.
I had to learn how to play opposites. First, it was
what year were you that strong? Do you feel like where no one was playing you straight up?
I was a B. I was just a strong B.
Yeah.
The guys in Castle Hill were a little bit older than us.
Okay.
So you have Oscar the Cop. Oscar was already an A player. You got Lefty Jerry. You got Fat Richie. You got.
And these guys couldn't go one-on-one with you?
They would play me straight up. Lefty Jerry sometimes would play me straight up. You got Angel the Cop. He was a top B player. He was an A player without an A card. He could beat me, but there's so much money on the opposite game with those guys.
Yeah.
He didn't want to waste his energy playing for $5 against me.
Gotcha.
So there was a lot of good guys. The money was immense.
Was it mostly in the Bronx that you played?
Most of my years I played in the Bronx. I traveled when I started doing the tournament scene.
Yeah.
But I mostly stayed in the Bronx because there were tournaments every single weekend.
In the Bronx
also. Yes.
Wow.
Both days of the weekend.
And how many tournaments have you played in your field?
A lot.
More than 100?
Probably around between 75 to 100.
Wow.
Possibly, more. Because in the B division, it was every Saturday and Sunday, every weekend.
And would you place most times? 3rd, 2nd, 1st?
I was doing pretty good. I was winning almost every tournament that I entered in the B division in the Bronx. When I traveled to Queens and to Brooklyn when it was the elite ones, I made a few finals. I lost one tournament to Rookie and Gladys because they allowed Rookie to play with a girl in 106 in Atlantic. But in the Bronx, when in the B division, I was almost guaranteed to be in the finals. So I either lost or I won. I have a lot of first place trophies from a lot of Bronx tournaments. Me and Dominican Henry, his name is Henry Tifa. Me and him at one point we were almost sweeping the Bronx with tournaments.
What years you feel?
2004, 2003, 2005, one of those. We had some good contenders. We got scraped a few times. This guy, Lefty Rowland, and June from St. James. That team gave us a spanking once. But June didn't travel much to too many tournaments. We went to a park that June played at, and Rowland and June, that was a strong team. I thought Rowland was an A player already, but he was still entering B tournaments. June was a good B player, very smart. That's Timbo's dad, by the way.
Oh, gotcha.
That's Timbo's dad.
Gotcha.
A talent that never flourished because he didn't really travel. He didn't go out of his park. But he was really good. They gave us we took a few spankings. Lefty Willie in the B division. Me and Bucky took a couple of L's to Lefty Willie. He's amazing. But Tall Rob and Lefty, you know Iron Man James now?
Yes, I see him online.
His dad used to play with this guy Robert Ortiz, and they've beaten us too. But there wasn't too many teams that could.
When did you get your A card?
1999.
1999. And what was that like? You just were winning so many B's that day.
They gave, believe it or not, they gave me that for my wins in Zerega, my money games, playing at Zerega.
Oh, really?
I didn't even join tournaments back then. I started in '94.
Wow. So you didn't even go into tournaments that they gave you an A card? Because you had games in Zerega.
In 1998, I think the people that do, like Dwight must have saw me.
Yeah.
I beat and lost to Emmy. Like, I don't know how to explain it. There's a video out. Carlos put it up.
Okay.
August 2nd of 1998.
The guy from Buddha?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Carlos Centeno. August 2nd, 1998, I played Emmett. It was a round robin tournament. Dave Andre, I don't know if you heard of that. Dave Andre.
Heard.
He used to do the peak tournaments. And it was a round robin tournament. On Saturday, I played all the B players that I had to play. I beat everybody. And on Sunday, I had to pick out of a hat. And I picked the number 1 seeded player. It was Emmett. And as a B, 4 years of playing. Not even 4 years. Yeah, 4 years of playing. I beat him 21-20, and then it got reversed, and I lost 21-20.
Wow.
He appealed my ace. The short line ref said it was good. I ran away celebrating, but then after like 20 minutes, they brought me back in to serve.
Oh boy.
I was unexperienced. I served another short. I got down, and then he beat me.
Gotcha.
I think that day, Dwight or whoever does these things, they saw me. And in Zerega, I was getting a lot of good wins. I beat Pee Wee in Zerega. I have it on video one time. So my wins in Zerega for money were getting me exposure. It wasn't a tournament. I didn't really start playing tournaments until after that.
Gotcha. Who have been your toughest competitors? Meaning, if you had to count the amount of wins and losses that you've had, who would you say is your toughest?
In singles or in doubles?
Let's do singles.
Lefty George.
Yeah, Lefty George.
I don't even want to say his name.
Why?
I've lost. Lefty George must have an encyclopedia of videos
On you.
of beating me in tournaments. I beat him finally at 2013, but the man was 51.
Okay.
He's still in great shape.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to interview him as well. He's married to Veronica, right? And they do Big Blue Ballers.
Big Blue Ballers.
Yeah. I see him online. He's amazing.
Don't forget, she does the Lady Ballers too. You know, I'm one of her reps, so I gotta advertise.
Yeah. You can see them on YouTube. I see them.
Yeah, man.
So he was your fiercest competitor, even tougher than Rookie.
Yes, absolutely. But the thing is, I saw Rookie all year round in Zerega.
Okay.
I didn't see George in Zerega.
Okay.
And George is a lefty.
Yeah.
With a really strong ace.
Mm-hmm.
And little things about his serve that don't come out naturally for me, like to call a screen
mm-hmm.
and to call the foot short.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have experienced refs that can
notify that and
call for you, or when he hits the ball, my left is so good. I thought that I don't have to call that screen. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna shoot it. But when he fades away from the serve, it was really hard. Any top player would tell you how hard that serve was to read. Because he could go down the line or he could ace you to the right.
Right. So you don't know where to stand, and then you don't want to be caught on the wrong side of that.
The screen doesn't come out naturally.
Yeah.
I'd rather go swing. Even though
you're a shooter.
Calling screen is part of the game.
Yes.
It doesn't come out naturally out of my lips. It just doesn't come out. But George definitely was the
toughest.
Toughest because I played him the most in tournaments, so I'm gonna say he was my toughest opponent. Okay. The most losses versus him in tournaments.
Doubles. Your fiercest competitor.
The great William Polanco and Pee Wee Castro.
Where are those guys from?
Willie, I believe, is from Sunset. Pee Wee's from Coney Island.
Wow.
Played them so many times, and I lost to them in every single semifinals I ever faced them in. I lost to them.
Wow.
Except once in Pennsylvania. Me and Snooker, David Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Me and Snooker beat them in Pennsylvania. But in Florida, when that Cuban was throwing those tournaments and giving out money,
Mm-hmm. He was giving out big money.
he was throwing big tournaments. Yes, the Cuban was throwing big tournaments. CPQ, he used to be the CPQ guy.
Mm-hmm.
At least 4, maybe 5 semifinals. Same team. We couldn't get over that hump. Pee Wee and Willie was really tough.
Have you recently played these guys, or? As I see him playing, he's still around.
I haven't played them recently.
Yeah.
I haven't played them recently. They don't come to Zerega, and I don't go to Coney.
Yeah. So what are your courts? Where do you play now?
Right now, I'm in Queens.
Mm-hmm.
I play at 88 in Atlantic.
Okay. How's the competition in 88 in Atlanta?
There's only a few A players.
Mm-hmm.
You got
It's a lot of money games there, though, from what I see.
yeah, the lower players
Mm-hmm.
that are older, like
Mm-hmm.
my age, but like they're lower, like they're not strong.
Mm-hmm.
They still gamble big.
Yeah. They won't let you get on those front courts unless.
They arguing for so much, like they play big money, but it's like a struggle.
Yeah.
You got Joshua Milan, Pork Chop.
Yeah.
He's a top player. He's from that. He plays at that park. You have
He's an A, right? That guy.
Of course.
Yeah.
Anthony Coronado.
Yeah, I've seen him.
They call him Light Eye Ant.
Right.
He's an A player. He plays there. Then you got Serge and Mario. You have a few players. Don't have a lot of top players there. Not known.
Right.
But there's some good players there.
The older guys. Are they
They-
good? Are they good in doubles? These older guys that are playing over there for money.
They have their own crew. They're pretty good, but they got.
They stay within their
They
crew.
don't let certain players into their crew. Like Serge gets into the crew because Serge just gives up whatever type of games.
Right.
My body don't allow me to give up those games no more.
They're tough games.
You know, you gotta play with one hand, and it's
Oh, yeah.
you're carrying an older guy. That
They make it hard.
It's frustrating. I love them to death, but I can't do it no more. My body don't allow me.
So, you work a full-time job, right? But you do play handball. How many days a week do you play handball?
Now,
Mm-hmm.
4 times a week.
Wow. And you're still an A player.
For 23 years, or for 20 years of for 20 years of my 24 years playing, every single day.
Wow. So, how do you fare up to guys like Timbo now, Tavo, Gio, Los? Are these guys that you can get wins on now?
Timbo right now, no. I played him recently in Zerega. I had him like 11-3, and I lost like 21-14. It was,
Recently.
yeah, in Zerega we played. Kadeem and almost at the end of the summer, before the citywide or something like that, we were training for singles. He beat me the first 2 games. I beat him the last game.
He's a good player.
It's really good, really good. Dabo right now, his conditioning is at a different level. I wouldn't even play him. Actually, I played him in Zerega. He beat me 21-4. There was no one day, and I was like, nah, I don't want to call next, man. It was just him and me and my boy Ralph Romano.
Ralph, yeah.
And I was like, man.
Did Ralph play him?
No, wait up. So I was like, let's go. You know what, Dabo, let's go. I played him. The ball was doing things. When he plays me or anyone except Timbo, he does things that are not even human. It's something like a mental block maybe against Timbo, but so he beat me and he took me on. Like, come on, let's play together. I was like, yes. We played against Ralph and somebody else, and we won a few games.
Nice.
But Dabo right now, Dabo grew up like kind of under me.
Uh-huh.
He before any citywide, before the Tina and Sheena, the pro, the PHA.
Yeah.
Before any PHA, when Tabo was a B player, Tabo would come to Castle Hill with Cisco. I got a tournament tomorrow. I need some practice. And we'll play like 4 games. I'll win 3, he win 1.
Wow.
And then the next day he'll win first place.
Mm.
Like all the first places that he got from PHA, the Friday before that tournament, he came to Castle Hill, played me singles. You know, he's one of the amazing singers.
I see him training in between games, waiting for games, push-ups, sit-ups. He's great condition, super fast.
That's. I've never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
No one does that.
Let me ask you a question. What would you say your record is with him on a percentage-wise? Is he getting 90% of the games on you when you play, or is that the only time you played him?
It's not fair to say because.
Well, I'm talking about lifetime now.
That's what I'm saying. It's not fair because I got him when he was like 14.
Gotcha.
So I was beating him left to two.
Gotcha.
I was beating him left to two. So his aunt brought him. I think he came very young to the United States, and his aunt brought him to me and said, "I want you to play my nephew."
Okay.
And I played him, and I beat him. But I was beating him. I met him at 102nd and 2nd Ave. I was playing him left to two. Then he was traveling, but his name was known. Like he's almost like Baby Tawa. You could tell that they're gonna be great.
Yeah.
And Baby Tawa is walking almost the same path that Tabito was, because they're both looking good. Like
Yeah.
Baby Tawa was amazing.
So who do you think's gonna be the guy in the King of the Courts this year?
Handball.
Yeah. You think he's sharp enough now because he took a couple of months off?
Well, he was injured.
Yeah, obviously he was injured bad with his thumb, and he was also. I was there with you guys.
Injured Timbo is still better than all of us. You probably could cut this off.
Nah, it's all
I don't
good.
want his head to blow.
No, he is. He's incredible. He's incredible. He has the most wins that I've seen. Usually when I'm looking online, he's winning.
Yes.
You know, I don't see all the games because I don't see all the videos. I don't see all the games, the live ones that are not being filmed and stuff. But I would assume that he's probably winning those too.
I've known Timbo since he was like 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Running around, grabbing the ball to hit the ball in between games. Trying to kick him out the court. Come on, get out of the way. Give me the ball. I used to beat him left to two. I had put that in there.
He was younger.
Oh yeah, all of them.
Yeah.
All the A players now, I probably snagged them left to two when they were younger. PlayStation, baseball, Chris, PSP, you know, Kaling. Kaling is a monster now. Like, you know, he don't even talk about it. Even though he's doing some stuff now. I think he's in academy for something.
Yeah, I haven't seen him online that much.
I haven't seen him around, but that's my boy right there, Castle Hill. We used to go early on Saturdays to Castle Hill and train.
Do you ever play small ball?
I play it for fun.
Okay.
Like if I got a money game,
Uh-huh.
I'll play lower players. Like I'll play the low B players, but the pros with the hooks, I can't mess with them.
Right.
Because we don't know how to read those.
Yeah.
Like a Caesar Sala. He's like Joe Kaplan. Dorso. Like I never played Dorso, whether big blue or a small ball, but I always respect him because I seen the footage, and even when he was coming down, I saw how good he was at that time. So I could only imagine how good he was when he was at his prime. Never saw his prime.
What about Buddy?
Never saw his prime, but I still saw him great. Because in '94 when I started, that's definitely not his prime.
Yeah.
But I saw him great.
Nice.
I saw him at the same tournament that I beat Emmett and lost to Emmett. Buddy could have won the whole tournament, but since it was a round robin tournament, he would not won by the points. Umberto would have won. So I don't know. Buddy and Emmett had a little talk. You know, the money talk. Buddy proved to everybody, bam, 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 bam. Got point game. Showed everybody he could beat Emmett, but then he let Emmett win, and Emmett ended up winning.
Wow.
The tournament because of the points.
Because of the points. That's funny.
Yeah, he was amazing, Buddy. I seen Buddy do things. His wrist game is unlike any other.
And he doesn't even have like.
Get no body, no impressive body, like where to get the power from. But his wrist action and his smarts.
Yeah.
Like you blast him, he got the touch, soft touch to lob you, get the front, and then when he's at the front, he blip, blip. I saw so many battles of Robert Sostra and Irvin against Buddy and Emmett, or Buddy and anybody. Put Buddy on the weak side. If you're strong on that side, it was Buddy and anybody. It doesn't matter. Buddy was strong.
Yeah, he was strong. Now, you talked about your left to two. You still playing that?
Yes.
How good are you?
I let other people say it.
I let other people people say it.
They say it's pretty good.
Yeah.
They say still.
How would you say your record is? Like
say,
overall, your record. Are you batting 800? Are you batting 600? Left to 2. Overall lifetime.
Yeah. I'm up there. Listen, my body's breaking down, but there's still. Tavo and Timbo, maybe Kadeem, because they don't play this game a lot, so they don't. To play me left to left, like and straight up, I'm not gonna challenge these guys like Taiwan or like.
Oh, so you'll play them left to left.
I'll play any of them left to left right now.
Right.
It's gonna be tough for them. Like Timbo.
How do you feel like you develop your left so much? Because you told me back in the days, you said it was like chicken. And then
it still is. Oh, because playing in my part, you had to learn how to play opposites. So then,
what's your best left shot? Is it to the right corner? Is it straight up down the left line or?
No, everybody could do that. I could go when somebody aces me to the right, which is my backhand. What separates me from everybody else? But Tavo's played me a lot of opposites, so he got similar footwork like me. On the run, backhand, straight right back down the right line.
Kill.
Drive.
Wow.
The kill cross court everyone has. That one is very easy. It's easy. It's a motion thing. It's a footwork thing. So everybody kills cross court. So if you throw a couple of cross courts, and then you add a down the line drive with the same footwork, people start babysitting over there, and then when you catch them with my money shot is the down the line right shot, or taking a shot off the wall, and normally people spike it to the left corner and just inside out to the right corner with the backhand. That's a tough shot for everybody to do also.
And do you feel like most of the games you're playing are now left to 2 or left to left? Or?
Yeah, I'm in a stage in my career now that I'm playing. I hardly never get on the top player's court. I'm broken down. Unless I'm going with a good player, I'm not going to go and re-injure myself because...
Where do you feel like your injuries like are prone? Legs?
I have a torn labrum in my hip.
Gotcha.
Happened to me playing Geo at King of the Courts in 2013. So,
could you get a hip surgery for that, or...?
It's not the hip replacement. It's a labrum. The labrum is like a ligament in there.
Okay.
It's torn. They told me as long as you can still play, don't do it because it's a 6-month recovery.
Gotcha.
So it's tough. You know, I don't have.
Oh, it's a 6-month recovery.
I don't have the time I work to take off for that long, and I live in a 4-flight walk up. It's gonna be tough. So, but I can still play.
Do you prefer now to play doubles than singles, or you still?
I still love singles. Limping and all, I still love singles. The thing is that for certain players, I don't bet enough for them to call next on my court.
So you have a limit. You set.
5 for 10. That's it.
Gotcha.
I don't like this $500, this $1,000 game that everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
I would never.
Who do you think is going to win that game?
I love James and Sam because James is one of my guys from Castle Hill. I seen him grow up. I used to play against his dad in tournament finals. And James right now is playing amazing ball.
Didn't they win the Buddha?
This summer they did some good things. The Buddha, they did Vegas. But Los and Kadeem are playing every single day. This is what they do.
And these guys are both A players.
And Carlos is like, his underhand, he's like a small version of Buddy without the good left. But he shifts around like a young Pee-wee.
He's got power too.
He shifts around. He barely ever hits the ball with his left because he's so young and quick. And I would think.
And he's got power for someone that's his size.
He develops a lot of underhand power. I don't know why, because most of my power comes from lifting and dropping. You know, you lift up like a pitcher and drop. He does underhand power. There's Pee-wee like. Pee-wee used to have power like that, and Pee-wee was like another 120 pounds wet, just like Carlos. But Carlos has his mastered. In doubles right now, Carlos is the hottest player.
He plays with anybody real good, like Kadeem.
Yeah. Carlos in doubles, like it's Timbo up here, but in doubles, Carlos is right there. Like Timbo can't pick just anybody to play with, to play against Carlos. Carlos is playing really good doubles.
And he's an A.
A plus.
A plus. What do you think the future is for handball as far as these new guys are concerned?
I believe the future is bright if guided by the right people.
Yeah.
You know, marijuana is part of the sport,
Mm-hmm.
and if we're ever gonna go big,
Mm-hmm.
we gotta stop that.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now, as sad as it is, you know, but it's a park sport. Like, we're not a big sport like that, but
Mm-hmm.
as hard as it is, if we tested most of our top players, we won't have top players. Like, we'll have a few.
Yeah. Yeah. It's been like that.
It sucks.
It's been like that since I started in the 70s playing handball. And everybody was like, you know, I didn't even know what it was, but I smelled it. And you're right. I mean, at the end of the day, like, you might be able to get some marijuana sponsors, but I don't think you'll be able to get other sponsors. It's just they might stay away from it. But I definitely feel like the competitiveness of handball is, I mean, like, people are just not, like, I talk to people like everywhere in the world and not everybody knows about it.
Yes.
But when you show them some footage,
They're instantly interested.
they're like, what is this? And I was like, yeah, it's a little like tennis, but you're not using a racket. It's a little like racquetball without a racket and one wall, you know? And they get fascinated with it, and I feel like if we keep putting it out there, people are going to start wanting it in their town. Because not everybody, you know, in this area, there's a ton of handball courts, but you go into other areas in the United States, not that many.
I went to Italy. I went to Italy to represent Puerto Rico in 2005.
Nice.
My partner was Gio,
Wow.
Human Torch. Over there, everybody loved him.
Oh, yeah, he's a great player.
I went over there. It was One Man Rig, Macho, and Sophia Murphy. I'm not sure if you know who Sophia Murphy is. She was the team captain. Took Marty, Stephanie. We took a few girls, and we ended up playing guys from New York in the finals. Like,
Oh, my
it
God.
was Rookie and Roland,
Mhm.
and Willie Polanco, and Steve, Lila Steve. I don't know if you know who that is.
Okay.
I don't know his last name, but on Saturday we beat them to get the #1 seed, and then we just played everybody. It was Japan, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands.
And it was on a one-wall court?
One wall.
Wow.
They don't really play it. It's like playing C players.
Oh, wow.
The Ireland.
Mhm.
Ireland was the strongest. Belgium and Ireland was the strongest.
Yeah, Ireland, they know how to
have
play.
the best four wall players. They know how to play.
They know how to play Ireland.
They're used to the sidewalk.
They're used to the sidewalls. They're not used to that one-wall dynamic.
Yeah, they're.
But Ireland, from what I hear and what I see,
Yeah,
is,
Paul Brady. He was in that team.
oh,
that
wow.
we beat from Ireland. Paul Brady's to me the best.
Yeah,
Maybe
his videos.
The best or 1A, 1B with Chapman, you know, to play forward because.
And you won that tournament?
The United States won.
Nice.
Steve beat us in the final.
So, you were talking about your Italy trip.
Losing to Willie again. William Polanco. Possibly the greatest lefty to probably play the game. Or maybe 1A, 1B. I gotta say 1A, 1B because my man Kalin I can't do that to him. Kalin got a lot of finals, man.
Yeah?
Kalin. It's just unfortunate that some of us grow up in the Michael Jordan era. So I've been blessed. Now I consider it a blessing. I've been blessed to play in the Michael Jordan era, and now I'm in the other Michael Jordan era. Like,
Yeah.
we have the rookie era. That
Yeah.
everybody's playing for second, and now we got Timbo.
Mhm.
Everybody's playing for second. But Kalin is amazing lefty. For somebody because I know Kalin when he was like just a raw diamond, unpolished.
Mm-hmm.
And to become how good he became, it's amazing.
He plays small ball too, right?
Later at his career, I met Kalin one time in a tournament, and I spoke to him about the 120 and 80 rule. When I met him, I think he comes from a background of baseball, so he can pop that ball, whip it so hard that it would hit the middle of the wall and pop out. He always was swinging at 120.
Wow.
And I spoke to him and I said, Kalin, your 80 is just as strong as our 100. But your 80 stays in, your 100 and your 120 pops out. I had that small talk with him. And yo, I don't know how that he just ballooned out of there. He just.
So, do you think that this guy could be Timbo? Colleen?
He's been close. He was close at the king of the court.
Because he's a lefty, which usually throws off righties. And he's got power.
The king of the courts of, I think it was 2013, he had Timbo. And it was, if you watch the video, some controversial ref calls. He should have won that game.
Mm-hmm.
I possibly would have faced him, or he would have faced Tor Justin, because Tor Justin played Timbo before me.
Mm-hmm.
It would have still been a good tournament. That me and Colleen played a lot that summer, training for that king of the court. He's naturally not a singles player.
No, he's a doubles guy.
Not a singles player. He loves doubles.
Yeah, I see him in a lot. I see
Yeah,
him more doubles than I have ever seen him in the singles.
No, you have to say and add the doubles finals, because he's almost every tournament he entered with Pooch before the injury, and then with Taiwan, it's finals. It's just they keep bumping into Michael Jordan. You know, they keep bumping into, you know, and they got him a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but Timbo's tough.
Yeah.
Just like Rookie was tough.
Yeah, and he's still really young, and super, you know, he's definitely a competitor. And, you know, you have to have that.
He wants it.
Yeah, he wants it.
He
wants it.
He used to cry when he used to lose.
Yeah.
That's why I knew he I didn't know, but now I look back and all the players that cried when they lost have won multiple King of the Courts. Gio used to cry when he lost.
Gio's 2008, 2009. Gio was like out of control. His game was, he was killing everything. I mean, power beyond.
He went 2 or 3.
I think it's 2 or 3.
2 or 3. I believe it's 2 or 3.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, he's still a ridiculously great player.
There's footage of him losing to Shaheen when he was young,
Mm-hmm.
and crying because he was so hungry.
Yeah.
And Timbo used the same way. It was crying out of anger, or I don't know, but
Yeah.
that's
Well,
how
they
you
were
know.
maybe upset at themselves or something like that.
I never got that close. I never cried.
Would you get upset if you lost?
I get upset if I lost doing something that I don't do.
Right.
If I lose a game trying to lob the ball,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that I don't lob,
Yeah.
but I'm a shooter.
You're a
If I
shooter.
lose doing what I do,
Mm-hmm.
if I saw the shot and I took it and I missed it,
Mm-hmm.
I can't go home mad.
What kind of training do you recommend for someone that's coming up to get their game better?
You have to run some drills. Like Angel Marquez spoke to me when I was 18 years old. 18 or 19. My left was starting to get good. But when I used to swing, I used to lift up a leg. Somehow, I don't know how to explain it. And Angel told me, you want to get some power, keep that leg down. And I kept it down and I was stiff. I'm like, bang! And the ball started coming out with a little bit more spice.
Mm.
And after that, just that little advice right there made my left. And the sidearm comes later.
Mm-hmm.
The stiff arm is the most fundamental shot.
Mm-hmm.
The sidearm was low, only low, and as you get better, the sidearm goes higher.
Mm-hmm.
But keeping your footwork right, I would give advice to work on your legs like soccer players. Look up soccer training.
Oh, that's great advice.
Look up what training the soccer players
Because your
do.
footwork's so important.
Footwork plus leg strength.
Mm.
We go into a game, we're young. Yo, I got next. Okay, let's play. Hit the ball a few times. I'm ready. Nobody thinks of protecting their knees. Nobody trains their quads.
Mm-hmm.
And your quads are part of your knees.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why Timbo's Timbo, because right now he's slacking a little bit after the injury, you know. But
He's playing regularly. I'm seeing him regularly online.
Yeah, he's sharp right now.
Yeah.
And that tournament that they did,
The recent
the
one.
Warriors Network,
Yeah.
Warriors, Castle Warriors
Yeah.
versus the World.
Yeah.
He was on fire. He won with Artie,
Mm-hmm.
really tough against Kadima and Sam,
Mm-hmm.
and Timbo was just smoking everything. He sees the ball at a different speed because
Mm-hmm.
he's so good. Like being an A player is not just getting a card and winning tournaments. A players, you want to say A players slow down time. A ball that comes to you in 0.3 or 0.6 seconds and makes you go like this, and the A player could probably hit it there, or shift and hit it there. Like, it's almost like a slowing down time without really slowing down time. Like,
the reflexes are amazing.
That's where A-ness is up here, and then being able to slow down time and do what you do. Of course, you gotta have good shots and being sharp, but what separates the A's is being able to beat the B's consistently. And why do they do that? Because a hard shot goes to a B, and he might react just like that. But the A takes that same shot, that same speed. The A player could think 3 shots in that 0.6. The A player could think 3 shots when everybody else could think just react to it. So that's Timbo's his front short line game. If you look at him, is second to none, because that fast paced game right in the front of the short line, he dominates.
He dominates.
Yeah, Allen lifts the ball on him. When Allen plays with a good partner, and he got Timbo backing up, jumping to hit the ball. If there's a chink in Timbo's armor, which I'm never gonna find it because I don't loud, but
that's why they make such great partners too.
Yes,
yeah, they're good.
That's lobbing him, moving him back, and trying to take the front. That's why little Carlos takes the front away from him. He's short, he's fast,
he's quick.
And even when Timbo has a really good in front of him, little Carlos comes around and takes the front away from him.
Yeah.
So if Timbo's partner is not on point to do the right shot, the front's taken, and now once Carlos is in front, it's a different game. That's
so who do you think right now in the B's is due for an A card?
David Velez, Jomar Santana. It's amazing.
What about Chulo?
Chulo, I thought should have had it a few years ago. Chulo's been playing really good. He's not a dominant A, but neither is Bruce Harris. You know, but he got it. Chulo's been winning little tournaments here and there. Like he's been placing for a long time. In the Red Bull this year, Chulo and Charles Rowe, they made it to the finals. They beat a lot of good teams, and Chulo's supposed to be a B player.
Jomar's with him now too. Sometimes they play doubles. They're a real good team.
He's won with Jomar as well.
Yeah.
Chulo deserves it. If this guy Rick Munch, something from Long Island, Big Rick, you know.
Oh yeah.
White boy. That he be vaping all the time.
He's an A, that kid, right?
He got his A card last year. A lot of people disputed it, like why he never won no tournament, you know. But if I don't deny it, he should be A. He's tough.
Yeah.
I've seen him.
He's played a lot of money games from what I heard. He's beat a lot of guys. You know, similar situation to yourself, almost in a sense of maybe not played that many tournaments, but if you're beating A's off of money games, and they're probably going to play harder on those because it's their money.
Absolutely. And I've seen them play. The team last year was Bruce and Nietzsche.
Yes.
They won everything.
Absolutely.
And last year, in the tournament to graduate, I think it was in January, it was a doubles or something like that. Rick had to play against Nietzsche. And I don't remember who Rick's partner was, but Rick was on fire, smoked him. And to play that well against Nietzsche, although Nietzsche's just, now he's an A player, but back then he was just a B player. Nietzsche's a tough lefty. He's his inside out, his energy, his pop, because he whips it, his pops. He's a tough
He's got power.
He's a tough lefty to play against if you don't have the right shots. And Rick handled him fairly easy, maybe for familiarity, because they play each other all the time. But I'm just saying, if you
they're Long Island guys. They do play.
If you gave it to Rick, Chulo's been long due. Like there's guys that got A cards right now that in doubles Chulo would chew them up. Sometimes
some of these guys are not captured on film as much as they should be to see all those wins. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like that. What about the Coreys? You think the Coreys are due for a card?
Yes. I forgot about them. This year they dominated everything. Both Coreys. They're like a. One don't work without the other, man. I love their chemistry.
Yeah, they got great chemistry.
I love their chemistry. They should get the A cards for sure.
What about Ryan?
I don't think he should get it this year. You gotta let him rock.
Yeah, let him keep
You
playing.
gotta let him rock. The thing is, Ryan is a rare talent that has no hunger.
He's got the talent, though.
Amazing.
You're amazing,
He
dude.
has no hunger. He'll play, and look, right now he's playing, but he was in Texas
Yeah,
for 3 years.
Yeah.
Come back and look what he's doing. He's
Yeah.
beating Dave Velez, which was the hottest ticket around.
Yeah.
Right after coming
He's
out
winning
King of
all the
Courts.
B tournaments.
Yeah. No, not only that, King of the Courts,
Yeah.
so you come in, and not only did he beat him convincingly, and then you put him up to play in Zerega. And although the courts were a little slippery, whatever, Brian
Yeah.
just handled him.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what I'd like to see between those guys is maybe an outdoor game, because they're like outdoor guys.
They're both outdoor guys.
Yeah. But not a one gamer, like a best out of 3.
That's what
You know, a little bit more like an Iron Man type of dog, best out of 5 type of, so stamina is tested too, because that's a big part of the game as well.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the history of our sport, at least here in New York, it's 1 and out.
Yeah.
It's 1 game and out.
I know.
We're gonna adopt the California rules, the 3-rule rules, and play best out of 3. Now you're asking a fat guy
Yeah.
like me to beat.
You're not a fat
Nah,
guy.
listen, I was 22 years old when I played Emmett. I
Okay.
was 22 years old. I probably was 225 pounds. Emmett was a He-Man doll, ripped up to the T.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna ask 225-pound guy with a good serve
Yeah.
to do it 2 times?
Yeah, he has to do it 2 times in a row.
I can't.
To avoid the third game.
It's
To
not
avoid the
possible.
third game.
Nah, if I make the tiebreaker, the guy that's heavier is at a disadvantage.
Yeah, always. I'm
So
over
it's-
200 pounds. I gravitated towards doubles after my singles career. I played in the 70s and 80s, and I just, I kind of stay in my lane now just because I don't want to have to go for hip surgery. And I got you on that one. I think 1 and done is good, but a lot of people, maybe 1 and done to 31. You know what I mean? Like, I just feel it should be a little.
25 should.
25's
the
nice.
way you do it, because I saw
Yeah,
that game. I was there live.
25 is where I like
25
it.
is great.
Yeah, because
I don't think 31 is
sometimes you get a guy that's cold and a guy that's hot. You got to get them. I feel like maybe 25 is enough to be like, yo,
25 is good enough, because you saw Dave made a big run
yes, he did.
because it was 25.
Because it was
He was
25.
getting manhandled. He got used to, because I don't know if he was wearing the right sneakers or what, but he got used to whatever was going on with his feet,
Yes,
and then
he adjusted.
he played a lot better. Maybe Brian took the foot off the gas a little bit, but
Yeah.
25 is good enough. 31 is like, man.
Yeah. So,
Best out of 3 is good if it's a big tournament and there's a lot of money in it, I guess. But best out of 3, it's already hard enough to beat rookie once in 1 day. I just told you this earlier.
yes.
Same thing with Timbo. It's like allowing them to buy back.
Yeah, that's true.
So best out of 3, you're making the odds for him to win even higher.
Yeah, you're right. Because of the conditioning.
We're already entering the tournament. I don't enter tournaments anymore. I'm saying we as a handball.
No, but
player.
I'm asking you now. Are you going to go into the King of the Courts next year?
I made a deal with Rookie.
And what was the deal?
I told him if he plays, I'll play.
And what did he say?
He said he's gonna join. So if Rookie joins, I'm joining.
Nice.
And I've been. There's been this trainer in the summertime. I actually haven't been in contact with him. There's this trainer that was trying to like help me stretch and do some healing for my hip, for my leg room and stuff, like for my lower back.
Yeah.
And he's back. Like we're back in contact now. He's helping me out.
Nice.
And he's like, I'm gonna get you to play back at the King of the Courts.
Nice.
But the thing is, I got one good game against anybody. I would play anyone 1 game.
Right now.
The wait in between games.
Right now, would you be able to beat Rookie, do you think?
I believe so. But it doesn't mean the same to me.
I got you.
I have a really good serve. The way he was moving against Timbo. I don't have Timbo type game. Timbo serves right at you. I'm serving you. I'm old school. I'm like you. I'm like Rookie.
Yeah.
I'm serving you out, angling you that way. I'm never. The new style of handball is hard at you.
Hard at you. And it's funny because if you look at it from afar, Timbo's serve ain't that crazy. But his return is he's going to kill it or he's going to put it
mean the
away.
second shot.
Yeah, the second shot.
The return is the guy in the back.
I'm sorry. You got me.
His second shot.
His second shot, which is like,
Well, look what he does. He serves from the middle,
Yes.
deep to that triangle over there,
Yeah.
and at the same time he's moving back a little bit.
Yes, he
He's
does move back.
closing the window.
Okay.
So now you only have his back to hit,
Yeah.
or you gotta hit it here.
Yeah.
You know? So unless you have really soft touch and can lob him back to his right,
Yes.
it's tough because he doesn't leave you too many. He don't angle you for you to re-angle him.
Yes.
He serves you deep and he moves a little bit like this. He covers that angle, and it's tough.
Yeah, it blocks it. It blocks out the great shot you could hit because you would hit him.
It's either you hit him on the back,
Yeah.
or you gotta go down the line. So you gotta make really, really good shots down the line, deep enough for him not to pull out his own
Yes.
whip. To
And
the
he's
front.
got good
Yeah,
opposite. Yeah, his opposite is so smooth.
Yeah, he's got an amazing front hand. His backhand's chicken. I'll say it online. But his front hand is Gabo Gio, best looking front hands.
Yeah. Yeah. For the left.
I mean, I could go back and say Dave Rojas, and say Tony Roberts,
Mhm.
and say Buddy. Buddy has the best wrist action
Mhm.
that I ever saw. Robert Sostra, he played as a righty. I heard he was a lefty. He had a great left. But when it comes to sidearming,
Mm-hmm.
Gio, Tabo, and Timbo got some really, really nice looking left hand sidearm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I got a
Pretty.
I
Pretty.
got a sidearm, but mine's just flat hand. Like I don't know how to whip.
Yeah. Me too. I try to whip. It's just not there.
When I whip my arm, but when I connect, I'm really flat handing it.
Yeah. But I see your left. You got power.
I gotta go serve with that flat hands. I could whip it a little bit, but these guys pull back and you could hear the ball goes like this. You know, they
So if your fans want to see you this coming season, where should they come and see you? In Zerega?
fans.
Yeah, you got fans.
I play at 88 in Atlantic. Mostly everybody knows. But on the weekends, when I can, because I got a son now that loves handball,
Mm-hmm.
I go to Castle Hill on the weekends that I can.
Mm-hmm. And you were mentioning about your son. You play with your son?
Yeah, my son plays handball. He likes to play handball. So he loves basketball, but obviously
How old is he?
he's 14. Nicholas.
How long has he been playing?
He's been around handball his life, but he's been swinging out of handball since he was 5 or 6.
Is he going to 88th and Atlantic with you?
Yeah, he comes for me every other weekend. We
Mhm.
play in Atlantic.
Mm-hmm.
He plays with, like I told you, he plays with Matt. He talks a lot because he hears us top players talking. He doesn't have to tweet out singles for, but he don't gamble. He just plays for fun.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was younger, like I said, I didn't let nobody record, and I never took nobody under my wing.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I have a son, it's like
And he's interested in it.
I want to pass on a little bit, but he's totally not like me. Like a top player would tell me something, and I would take it on, and I would soak it up, and I would watch. No one took me under their wing.
Right.
Bucky took me to places
Uh-huh.
to gamble, but Bucky never told me this is how we do it. Let's run some drills. Let's do this. No, I was just taking. Come on, I can make some money with you.
Right.
Like, you're good. Nobody knows of you.
Yeah. He was using you a little bit.
A little bit.
A little
I
bit.
don't mind Bucky.
But most of the older guys, that's what they do. They get these younger guys
At
to.
this age right now, when I go to 88, Buddy shows up.
Mhm.
Me and Buddy rack up.
Yeah.
Because people think, Buddy's old. And
Yeah.
Buddy still got hands.
He still got hands.
He just can't run too much.
He can't, but doubles is not a bad game for him. And he got a dominant player that likes to shoot and cover a little bit more of the court. It's a good game.
I play. Every once in a while, I get into some crazy games.
Hmm.
But there's a lot of players. So my left to 2 games and
I passed by that park and it was packed. Packed.
there's a lot of players. There's just not a lot of top players.
Right.
But
Right.
even the lower players play for, they play for 5, they play for 10.
Mm-hmm.
If you give them the right game,
Hmm.
they'll play. Like my menu of games that I can offer is big.
You do over the short line. You play over the short
I
lines.
could do the left to left. I could do left to 2. You serve the whole game. I do my backhands to your right, which is strong hand.
Yeah.
I could do. If you're that low, like you don't play that good, I can give you backhands to 2.
Right.
I could play straight up. You serve the whole time.
Right.
The over the short line game is really, really grueling on your body.
It is.
Tough game.
It's a volleying game,
Yeah.
and if you play it with your opposites, that's even harder.
Yeah.
That really makes you. I think it's also a good training game.
It's
you
good
know.
training, which I'm at the age I ain't trying to do that.
I got you.
Do that a lot.
Yeah.
I used to do those games a lot when I was young. Like,
when I used to get on the courts, the old timers were always trying to, because they knew that they could volley better. They wanted to always play over the short line with the younger guys, because the younger guys, they felt like wanted to kill it all the time, couldn't control the ball.
They don't want to be running to the front. Because if you know how to play that game, once the serve is gone, you back up to the long line, and no matter what they do, they're gonna give it right back to you.
Yeah.
So it's like whose high left is better. That's basically
pretty much. You're right.
I played Kalin. One of the last times that we played singles, we played the opposite over the short line. The game took forever because he seen me play that game a lot. He knows how to play it.
Yeah, he saw you.
No, we came up in the same park. Like,
Gotcha.
although I was already an A, he became an A really quick too. And he knows how to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
So we were there, boom, boom. It was almost like a volley. Who's going to bounce the ball over somebody's head? I edged him out that game. Then the last time that we ever played, he got me. He beat me in singles. He's gotten tougher. He's doing, and my competition level at 88 is not. That's why I go to Castle Hill. I do a lot of crazy games at 88 to try to stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
But the only competition that I have is that I could try to get in singles is Sergio. Mm-hmm. He's a tough kid, tough top B player. He's beaten me a few times. You got Pork Chop. I played Pork Chop.
Pork Chop's great.
I've played him 4 times in 3 years.
Wow.
We don't play enough.
Right, you should be playing more.
He's beaten me all 4 times. The last game I had him 19 something. And I went the same shot Tavo missed against Timbo.
Mm-hmm.
I shifted around to go to the right corner.
Yeah.
Tavo popped it out, right? I hit it under.
Oh my
That
God.
would have been point game, and I probably would have won. But we've had some great games. I just came in the wrong end of them. But 4 games in 3 years.
Wow.
We don't play each other enough because he has his little crew that plays him for money. I got my court that's always a singles court. Nobody want to play singles when it's 98 degrees.
Yeah.
But I'm over there. I got this trainer called Lou.
Well, us older guys, we like it a little hotter, so
the knees don't hurt, the bones don't hurt. I don't know if you heard of him. His name is Lou.
Uh-huh.
He trained Timbo. He trained Taiwan.
I heard of him. I never met him.
He's a great guy, amazing. He plays me singles a lot in the summertime.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great service. 51 years old. Don't drink water. Don't call timeouts. Gets mad if we call timeouts. Oh, you young guys want to call timeouts. But on Fridays, I get out of work early almost every day, every Friday or the whole summer to go play Lou.
Wow.
Yeah, he's tough.
Is 88 and Atlantic the only spot you frequent in the summer, or do you like to go? Do you go to St. John's? Do you go to, Washington Square? Do you go to?
No, it's either 88 in Atlantic or Castle Hill. I go to St. John's very rarely.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I play 7 or 8 games,
yeah,
my body doesn't recover to play in the nighttime.
Yeah, no.
I am 43 years old.
Yeah, no, I agree.
With the mileage of a 57 Chevy.
Well, I appreciate you coming down and sharing all of your history and your insights on handball. And we look forward to seeing you on the courts and hopefully in some tournaments.
Before you end this, one thing I want to say to people, all the young handball players, handball will always be there. Get your education first. If you're going to college and if you're getting really good at handball and you're about to go to college, don't even think about not going because you're getting so good at handball and you're making money playing handball. That was my mistake. I was going to college. I started making money in the handball course. What I thought was money, because $40 or $50 a day
Mm-hmm.
in the handball course for having fun.
Mm-hmm.
You add that up, you're making decent money for a 19-year-old. But
Mm-hmm.
handball will always be there. 24 years later, and the same guys are there doing the same things. Go get your education, get your money right, because once you have your own good job, then you don't have to worry about playing no A player for $5 or $10,
right?
Because you can afford it.
Right.
You don't have to cheat an A player or try to cheat anyone for money because you know that you can afford to lose it.
Right.
Handball,
That's great advice.
Handball will always be there, and train your legs. Because the knees are the first thing to go. Train your legs like a soccer player. You don't hear of Ronaldo and Messi with broken knees because they train crazy. So that's what I would say. Like, you asked me about drills.
Yeah.
You asked me about what advice I would do. You have to practice by yourself. Angel Marcus asked me once, how much time you spend practicing by yourself? I told him none. And he said, dude, you gotta practice one shot.
So that's another piece of advice. Practice by yourself.
For an hour. One shot, the same shot for an hour. If everybody keeps beating you because they're acing the ball to your left, then find a friend that wouldn't mind serving to your left all day. So you could practice down the line, lobbing down the line, practice down the line. And then you do it for him. You know, I told you I used to play with Kalin. Not training, because it's not training, but we met Saturdays early, like at 12, and we play singles. Sometimes we play tennis court. So, you know, I would play tennis court, you know, like the way they keep it, 15 love, 30 love, deuce, and when it's deuce, you have to win by 2. You know, sometimes be like, there's a tournament that I wasn't even playing in, and Kalin is, he's about to play Taiwan, and I'm like, Kalin, I'm gonna just serve to your right. You gotta practice this right. You know, so you find a friend that will serve to you, to your weakness, for at least a good 30 minutes, and practice on those shots. Dabo is amazing for a top player. Dabo plays people for free.
He does?
At Central Park.
Wow.
And if for warm up, he tells you, go ahead, serve 8 times, and then I'll serve 8 times. And it's like, I want you to punch it to me this way, or I'm gonna serve it to you, and you gotta return it. You gotta just, no matter if you miss it, just cross court angle. I've seen him do it with Dan Petrie. I've seen, there's a tall kid named Johnny, Johnny Green. You'll hear from him because he's gonna be great.
Dan Petrie's a good player too.
Yeah, he's playing really good. He got a lot of heart.
Yeah, a lot of heart.
You know, he got a lot of heart. But you gotta practice your weaknesses, because you gotta make your strength stronger. But A players will find that weakness and they'll expose it. So if you don't have a good handball return to bring players back, because if an A player is standing in the middle of the court and this is his length, his arm reach, if you draw a circle around his arm reach, which is the circumference, right?
Yeah.
If that is his comfort zone.
Yes.
Anytime he moves this way, if his foot is still in the circle, he's still in his comfort zone. A players are at their best when they're in their comfort zone.
Right.
Find a way to get them out. You get in front. That's the way to beat an A player if you could do it.
Right. Get them out of the comfort zone.
Get them out of their comfort zone.
That's
the way you
great
that,
advice.
The way you do that is practicing your weaknesses. If you play Kadim, if you play Timbo, if you play Cisco, if you play Kalin, if you play Dawo Gio, and they always, maybe they keep the game close sometimes to make you keep billing them for money, but when it's time to push, when the crunch time comes, they serve everything to your left, every volley goes to your left, and you keep missing it, and you don't know why, or you're returning it short, and they're taking it off the wall and killing it, because you have a weak return.
Right.
Practice your returns. You have to find a friend that doesn't mind serving to you early on a Sunday or early on a Saturday before the competition gets there, so you don't get made fun of. Oh, you're training, but what? All this training and you're not good. But the way to get good is practicing by yourself.
That is great advice. That is advice that, you know, like there's a lot of young people that are going to come up and watch this video, and I think that's a great piece of advice.
I just hope that they all listen to that part. Handball will always be there. You can take some time off. You're going to get rusty. But the great thing about this sport is a ball in a wall. It takes you a week or 2 to sharpen up. Because being a B player or being an A player is up here. Physical athleticism is good, but it's up here. You're just going to be, your time is going to be off a little bit. You're going to lose a couple of games for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, but you'll be back.
I see that a lot. I see some guys like laying off it and then they come back, but they were good before they laid off, and then they come back 2 weeks, they're already sharp. Yeah. You know? And
I took 21 days off one time, went to Puerto Rico for 21 days, came back, I couldn't find the wall. Well, like I said, I play every single day.
You play every single day?
For 21 years at least.
Wow.
I played every single day. I played injured for 5 years. I didn't even know I had a torn meniscus.
Wow.
I was playing with a pinch, but I didn't know it was a meniscus torn.
Amazing.
So, what I preach to my son right now, handball's always going to be there no matter how much, if you get good at it or what. Go to school, get your degree, then come back. Then you can do whatever.
What about supplements? You do take any supplements? You just regular whole foods?
I don't. I wish. I wish I had the mentorship that I have now. Because I didn't take care of my body when I was younger. I was always a good top singles player with heavy. I was always heavy.
Were you bodybuilder, like weights and stuff?
Oh, I wish.
Okay,
I was
gotcha.
just big.
Gotcha.
I loved singles, and I had a good serve and I had good legs.
Yes.
But I was always heavier. Who knows, if I was in better shape, I probably could have done more things.
Yeah.
But having a park that has so many money players, kind of like handicap show, makes you comfortable. I don't have to travel. I got money in this park.
Yeah.
Because it got to a point when it wasn't even about competition. It's just, let's just make some money.
Right.
You're gonna go Castle Hill, make some money, and then you join tournaments, and now you're like seeing different styles and stronger players, and you're like, wow, you know, we're probably the best at that park.
Right.
But we're getting smoked over here.
Yeah.
So then you start traveling a little bit. The players now do it the best because everybody travels to different parks, and I
think that's a great suggestion too, to travel.
You're seeing different styles. It's hard to stay at one park only because you're only gonna be as best as the top player of that park.
Yeah.
You have to travel. Unless your top player in your park is Timbo, then you're gonna. No, it's the truth. Then you're gonna get used to that pace of the game.
Yeah.
And then when you face anybody else, it's nothing because you're used to playing Timbo.
Right.
But if you're playing, you know, regular A players, you know, not the A's that make the finals.
Yeah.
When you go play the Kalins and the Taiwans of the world, the little Carlos of the world, the Timbos of the world, you're gonna have a rough time. So, being from Castle Hill, it was a blessing. Having all those players, I've developed my left really good. Angel the Cops, Snooker, Lefty Jerry, Fat Richie, Mac. You know, a lot of players there. But I didn't travel enough because I was content, I was comfort with the money that I was making there. If I could go back, I would travel more, go more to West 4th. Although West 4th has shadows on the wall.
Yeah.
And to me, it bothers me a lot.
It bothers a lot of people.
It bothers
that's
me
been
a lot.
mentioned.
Like that park that's now in Queens with
174?
Yeah, you know the park because of the shadows.
Yeah, the shadows.
That shadows are horrible.
Yeah, because there's so many trees.
I love the guys there, but it's hard for me. I follow the ball off of people's hand.
Yes.
And all that little shadows, and on the wall, I lose the ball.
Yeah.
I'm like a C player. In '88, when the sun is setting in Brooklyn, those shadows from the gate and everything on the wall.
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
Yeah.
I've taken some L's because of those shadows.
I feel you.
But travel to where you feel comfortable and practice your weaknesses. Have somebody to serve to you. Have somebody, you know, whatever you feel like you're weak at.
Yeah.
Practice with somebody, because if you don't practice, because you gotta develop muscle memory. Handball is such a fast-paced game that you have split seconds to think. So, on the run, most righties on the run, natural reaction, muscle memory is to shoot that way. Because it's natural. Your arm don't hurt.
Yeah.
But how about running to the right and shooting down the line?
Yeah.
You know, you can't teach that unless you force it into yourself.
Right.
Muscle memory. Or picking up a killer, because naturally all handball players pick up a killer and want to re-kill. But sometimes picking up a killer and lobbing it, it's better.
Yeah.
It gives you time to get back in.
Yeah.
I'm talking loud even though I don't know how to loud. I'm saying, you know, Black Justin, Timbo,
yeah.
These are guys that have really good touch, pick up rookie spikes and can re-lob them, and the boys with the younger, you know, Khalid has a son that plays Joshua. Khalid has a son that plays handball and a nephew. His name is Kelvin. They like to play with each other. But I got a couple of students in my park. Not students, I got a couple
They
of
could come to you for lefty too.
I got a couple of kids. He told me to shout them out. This kid named Matt.
Okay.
He's not that good, but he's very hungry.
Where could he be Where could you play him at?
He's at 88 in Atlantic.
Okay, Matt. Okay.
Yeah, you got Matt. You got a couple of players over there. Okay. My son, when I was younger, I never let no one record me.
Yeah.
You know, people like this guy named Kenny. I call him Baby Bird. He's famous. He used to wear sweatsuits, yellow, red, pink sweatsuits in the summer. Come with his camera.
He get a good sweat on.
And I was so close-minded. Because I thought he was going to sell them and make money off of them, and I don't get nothing, so I was like, don't record my game. So much history has been flooded down the toilet for me being so close-minded. I regret it. So now I have a son, and I want him to see it, but it's not much. I
seen him play. He's good.
Everybody talks about the king of the court when I played Gio. I've done so much more than that.
Right.
But it's not on footage. It's not footage because I was so close-minded. You know, is he Rivera? Isaias Rivera? Is he the Wiz? They used to call him in the pyramid. You know, he made the peak pyramid. You remember? You know what the peak pyramid was?
Nah, tell me.
Dave Andre had.
Okay, and Cisco, your last words of wisdom to all those handball players out there.
Stay in school. To the young guys and to the older guys, keep playing hard, focused, train your legs.
Even for the older guys, right?
Well, when I say older guys, because it's funny, I say older guys, I'm talking to Timbo, to Lowe's, to Kadeem, to Pito, you know, to Pito, one of my best, you know, proteges. Train your legs, man, because once the knees go, it's over, man. Look at me, how I'm walking. Look at Angel Marquez. Look at Rookie, how he's walking lately. You know, me is because I'm scared of getting the surgery. I work for the city, I got good coverage, but train your legs, man. Your hands always be there. Your legs are the most important part of handball career.
And for the young people just getting into the game, what would be your number one suggestion?
Play as often and as much as possible against good players. There's always good players in your park. You don't always have to play against the people that gamble. You can play tough games against the good players in your park. Like it's tough because kids want to play and be better, and they want to go, oh, but Cisco won't play me for free. You know, when I was younger, no one played me for free. So now I got my son, and now I'm starting to play certain people for free because I'm like I'm into mentor.
Right, you're more of a mentoring.
Like, I couldn't tell certain players.
You don't want to give out all your trade secrets.
Like Lenny, you know Leonard Medina.
Yeah, I heard of him.
It's one of my guys grew up under me. Has total skills. I didn't want to tell him nothing because then he's gonna use it against me. You know, but I'm at a stage now. I'm not entering tournaments anymore. I ref a lot. I ref for Veronica. I ref for Carlos. I ref for Warble. You know, and now I'm in mentorship.
Yeah.
Warble is mostly for the kids. They do a lot of 19 and unders.
Yeah.
And I'm catching myself pulling kids over and being like, no, do it like this, do it like that. And my son is young, hard-headed, hot-headed. So I'm like, son, this is how you gotta do it. But Dad, let me play. I'm just telling you, keep it on the wall, son. It's different now. I definitely appreciate the game more now. Now that I'm fading away, I appreciate more. So to the young players, play as much as you can and watch. Handball is a situational sport. Situational handball. What does this guy do when he's running that way, picking up something? What does this guy do when he's running this way and he's in trouble? What does this guy do when he's at the front and somebody loves him? Situational handball. Pick up those. There's a lot of good players to watch. Allen is a great player to watch and study because he doesn't just shoot, bang, bang, bang. He lobs you. It's almost like he's painting.
Yeah, he's an artist on the court.
He's an artist, yes. You know, I'm an artist in my own way. Certain players are artists in their own way. I do artwork when I'm playing left to two, and people, if you ever played a left to two, you would say like, I can't believe he just did that.
Right.
Timbo's an artist in his own way. Taiwan is an artist in his own way with his roundhouse stiff arms. You know. By the way, Taiwan is always doing things for the kids for free. And
great player. I interviewed him before.
Thing, you know,
great attitude.
He trains them sometimes at St. John's, and he does a lot of things. He has a lot of kids under him.
Nice.
Coming up that are really good. But like, you know, watch the top players and try to mimic them.
Nice.
Add their good things to your strength. Your strength might be your speed. Add some things to your speed. If your strength is your right, add some things. Go pick up things from other top players, and you'll be all right.
Well, thanks for coming down today.
Thank you
And
guys.
we look forward to seeing you on the courts and hopefully in the King of the Courts, maybe with Rookie.
Yeah, we made a deal. So, Rookie, if you play, I'm playing 2019.
All right. Have a great night, Cisco.
Thank you.